Well, hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Dig Impact News. I have this week's weirdest gaming news stories for you. In our first story tonight, Nintendo is known for being fiercely protective of its intellectual property. And so it should come as no surprise that the US Department of Justice has announced 3 members of the renowned Nintendo hackmaker group Executor have been arrested. Yes, it's true. Canadian national Gary Bowser. Oh my god. One of the hackers' names was Gary Bowser. Brilliant. The Bowser family are really upping their game, aren't they, chat? No more capturing the princess. They're going right for the gaming code. What a twist. All right, Anyway, Canadian national Gary Bowser, Chinese national Yuening Chen, and French national Max Lauarn have been apprehended by the FBI for 11 felony counts each related to the creation and distribution of Switch hacking gadgets such as the SX Core and SX Lite. These devices allowed their customers to jailbreak their Nintendo Switch consoles, which basically means it allowed people to install any software they wanted onto the consoles, not just Nintendo-approved software. Because of draconian laws passed in the last couple decades in the United States, it is illegal to tamper with electronic devices that you have purchased and use them in a way that the manufacturer did not originally intend. Just so I'm being clear about this, the United States government allows you to be thrown into prison for tinkering with electronic devices that you paid for. It's the land of the free, folks. The land of the free. Anyway, I digress. The words that they use here, pirates, jailbreak, hacking, executor, they make it seem like a vastly more interesting story, like a group of Somalian pirates have hacked into a prison security network and are releasing criminals who are about to be executed. You know, that would make a good Super Mario film, you know? It makes about as much sense as the 90s Mario movie. It's a shitty movie. What do you think, folks? Should people be allowed to hack their own machines? Let me know in the comments below. It's like, you know, they bought them, they own them. It's like someone selling you bread, but telling you that you can only have certain fillers with it, you know? If I want to have a broccoli and streamer bathwater sandwich, I should have every right to do that. And it's none of Nintendo's or the FBI's business. Anyway, respect to Nintendo, though. They really take video game crime seriously. Morals are clearly very important to them when it suits them. The morals go out the window when they are selling drifty Joy-Cons. Dear YouTubers, if you're seeing this in the future, please save me. I am in Dagomar's closet trapped. Please help me. No. The guy making the butt plugs is still at large though, right? Yes, as far as I know, the guy making butt plugs has not been apprehended. I assume that when the butt plug guy is apprehended, he will be carrying contraband of butt plugs up his... Anyway. We should reach out to the Nintendo butt plugger and see if he'd plug the show. Super Mario Brothers 35. Wait, why is it Mario 35? Has there been 35 Mario games? Surely the Mario Kart series has like 50 on its own. Oh, it's an anniversary. That makes more sense. Wow. Now I feel really old. Mario must be getting to retirement age himself. He's gonna be screwed. You know, I don't think plumbers get a great pension. And this guy usually shrugs off work to fight fucking dinosaurs, all right? There is no way he is set for retirement. Anyway, Super Mario Bros. 35 is a strange battle royale mashup of the classic 2D Nintendo platformer, where 35 players play through a level simultaneously, and any enemies they defeat get sent into the levels of their opponents. The goal is to be the last player standing. The game is particularly strange because it was designed in celebration of Mario's 35th anniversary, and it will only be playable until March 31st of 2021, when the game will be permanently shut down. Coins act as a sort of scoring mechanism in the game, and some players spotted something very strange in the game's weekly leaderboard. It is very unlikely that 5 players would suddenly tie for first place on the leaderboard and all show acquiring the max number of coins possible of 99,999. So we've got some cheaters on our hands, folks. Nintendo is taking some swift action on YouTube by issuing takedown notices for any videos showing how to cheat in the game, but it's unclear what action is being taken against the cheaters themselves, as it's not public knowledge. Presumably, the cheaters are also being banned. I suppose we'll know if we see the names pop up at the top of the leaderboard next week, too. If there's one thing that communists hate, is when people cheat to get lots of currency. Comrade Mario will soon put a stop to that. If you like this video so far, hit that like button. Validate us! Yes, I love it. Lick that like button, do dirty things to it. Y'all are wild today. In our next story, EVE Online is a popular space-based, massively multiplayer online game that's been around since 2003. And over the years, it's been teased about being a game primarily made up of spreadsheets, thanks to its, let's call it utilitarian user interface. Never mind, the game actually is extremely gorgeous and has kept up with the graphical expectations of gamers over all these years. Despite that, its reputation for being the game of spreadsheets in space is about to get a whole lot worse. Why? Well, because in an upcoming patch, the developers have added the ability to turn off all the graphics in the game. Everything except for the UI. Yeah, it's true. The feature is intended to be used in some of the game's massive scale wars and be utilized by players with low-end systems so that they won't be excluded from some of the game's most fun activities, just because they can't afford a high-end gaming PC. In all seriousness, this is really great of the developers to do. You know, no one should be locked out of activities in a game because of how little money they can spend on a gaming rig. On the other hand, this is a massive leap in video game advancement, chat. Yes. Shall we make the consoles better? Or make video games more efficient so they can work on lower end machines? Nah. Just drop the graphics completely and let them play with a spreadsheet. Now, they say they're adding the ability to turn off the graphics, but they're using the term adding very loosely here, right? They're just removing features. The game's biggest selling point is flying spaceships. To me, honestly, it sounds like a big ruse to teach kids that it can be fun learning how to use spreadsheets. I wonder how much stock the EVE developers have in large accounting firms. I'm getting my tinfoil hat out here, chat. This is more like Star Trek, though, right? It's just all screens and computers telling the crew what is happening, you know? Those guys can't see the ships either. They can't just look out the window. Man, space travel might be really boring when you think about it. Super fun activities of EVE include flying through space, mining planets for resources, taking part in galaxy-scale wars in order to topple thousands-strong companies for fun. Yes, Avoria, funsies. The premium gaming computer and peripherals company Razer is piloting a new prepaid card program in partnership with Visa. The company is known to put LEDs in damn near everything it makes, so it shouldn't come as any surprise that this payment card has an LED in it too. But it does. It does come as a surprise. And the best thing about it is that LED light screen, chat, it plays Skyrim. No, it doesn't. I'm just kidding. A crappy LED? Couldn't they have it include like a bottle opener? Or maybe they could make it an actual razor so you could shave with it. You know, it'd come in handy, right? It'd cut the hell out of your pocket. Although this is Razer we're talking about here. You know, all their products cut the hell out of your pocket anyway. If you want to get your hands on one of these nifty little cards, you're going to have to wait though. It's currently only being beta tested with 1,337 users in Singapore before it enters a larger rollout phase. So, not available just yet, chat. Now I can see the people's cards when I'm mugging them. Exactly, right, May? What could go wrong? It should flicker red when you're at your set daily spending limit. Well, now you're just asking for too many features, Chaz. They give you a really cool thing and you're like, more! Give me RGB! RGB everything! They did! They really did use LEET. They really did. 1,337 customers, Rogue. Of course they did. A Fallout 76 role-playing group called the Free States Militia recently found itself and all of its leadership banned from Facebook. Facebook has been cracking down on groups that promote violence on its platform, and some kind of misunderstanding caused its moderators to think that the militia's tales of taking down death claws were real. Because Facebook. I can understand where Facebook is coming from, though. You know, I wouldn't want any militia groups hanging around my platform if I was stealing everyone's personal data. Fortunately for them, because of the attention garnered by video gaming journalists, Facebook finally acknowledged their error and eventually restored the group's Facebook page. Honestly, I think the most amazing thing about this news is that people are still using Facebook, right? I didn't think anyone used Facebook anymore. You know, that's just where we put all of our moms and grandmas to keep them away from the real social media. Oh, shit. I think my mom watches these. Whoops. Want to catch more gaming news? Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get your weekly dose of weird as fuck gaming news. Chat! Chat! Brazil has a giant gaping hole leading straight into the abyss! Oh, it's just Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay, never mind. Never mind. So, it appears a bug in the sea level value for an airport called Lagoa Nova in Brazil has caused a rift in the Earth's crust. Fortunately, only in the game, not in meat space, all right? So he's going into the vagina, chat. Into the Earth's vagina. Here we go. You know, the most amazing thing about this airport is that even though they are buried several thousand feet below sea level, where no one can go, they still charge $80 for a pair of shitty earbuds. There's actually a video of a guy flying down into it, all right? And it is exactly how you would imagine it in real life. It goes well for a while, and then all of a sudden, it goes all distorted and time-shifty. It looks like one of those acid trips you see in cartoons. Well, it It's like how it is when watching cartoons when you're taking what I'm on. That's it for tonight, folks. See you next time.